Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today will be a bit of a different video for me as I will talk about Warhammer 40k, and if you don't want to listen to me talking about 40k, that's completely fine. Just skip or wait for the next video, which will be covering the event I went to. The topic I want to talk about today is quite a new topic, I feel like, and not new. We knew the leaks of Votann are coming for a long time, but what we didn't know is the whole range. So they showed us parts of the range, and yesterday at the Nova Open Reveal stream, they showed everything of the leaks of Votann, everything that's going to be dropped this edition. I totally expect them to have another release in 10th edition, just like the Sisters of Battle did. So, the first topic is the Hackathon Fortress. I don't know if I like this thing or not. The design-wise, it looks like a basic generic sci-fi heavy transport, which is fine, I guess. It's supposed to be something like a Land Raider. That's what Adam Troke said in the stream. But, I mean, the design... Looking at the design outside of Warhammer, I think it's cool. If it would be in XYZ sci-fi setting, I think it's cool. In Warhammer 40k, I mean, it fits the League of Votann. Does it fit Warhammer? The Leagues of Votann fit Warhammer 40k overall? And I will make my statement on that at the end of the video. But I think the Hackathon Fortress looks cool. Obviously, it's like the new 40k design queues with 10,000 weapons on the thing, which I don't like. I don't like too many weapons, but I guess this thing is as big as a Kratos, so it's fine. I didn't mind the many weapons on the Kratos, so I think the Hackathon Fortress is pretty cool. But it's a little generic to me. Let's say it's like this. It's a little generic sci-fi for me. Obviously, it has like a mass driver cannon on top, which is just like the Tau mass driver. So expect this thing to deal 10 wounds without you being able to save anything. Yeah, and then it has like multiple heavy bolters or bolt cannons or whatever the Votann bolters are called. They have bolters, so okay. Then you have the League of Votann character, which is called a Khal. It builds like Uther the Destined, which is like a special Khal. I mean, okay, he looks fine. He's a special character. I don't like. They have to establish some lore on him, I guess. Nothing really mind-blowing about this. He has like heavier armor. It's in between the exosuit and the normal Votann armor. I think he looks cool for a character. Maybe there will be another heavy or medium heavy infantry unit for the Votann soon that have armor like him. And it also makes a generic Khal, which is like the Space Marine Captain or the HQ for the Leagues of Votann. Overall, I think it's a cool model. Obviously, he's standing on 2 rocks. They said because he needs to make up the height to a Space Marine Captain. But my counter argument to that is you're playing Space Dwarfs, so the whole point of them is being smaller than normal humans and still being like able to hit pretty heavily because they are dwarfs. Then there's the Eyenear Champion, and he's like the squad Terminator, exosuit, whatever, lieutenant thingy, and yeah, he looks fine. He's like massive. He's like seems like a melee beast, to be honest. He has like a twin-linked bolt cannon heavy bolter thingy. And then he has like this concussion hammer that's apparently better than the thunder hammer, which is totally fine, I guess. The Leagues of Votann have technology that's beyond the Imperium's technology, maybe even beyond the Heresy Imperium's technology, so that's no problem. Looks fine, but then again, standing or vaulting from a rock I don't know. When I think about dwarves, I think they are stoic, I would say. Stoic is a word I would describe dwarves as. And these poses, like standing on rocks and jumping off rocks, don't fit them very much. Now the Brock here, Iron Master. He's like a tech marine. Basically, you see he is a tech marine because he also has like 4 robots. And my first thought when I saw the Brock here, Iron Master, is I want to have an Ironkin companion that's following me around with an apron that has like tools. That has to be so awesome. But other than that, yeah, he's like a ranged character, and he has like his servitors or his cogs, ecogs, whatever they are called. So yeah, I mean, cool. It's a cool technician model. He's like the dwarven mechanic from Warhammer Fantasy, except the dwarven mechanic probably didn't have floating robots, but that's besides the point. I think he's a cool model. Yet again, everything here looks very generic sci-fi. It fits the leaks of Votann, but the Votann are like the first wave of Primaris Marines. They don't have that much stylization. That's the thing you are kind of getting Warhammer to, extremely stylized sci-fi and not generic sci-fi. But hey, maybe the Grimnia is better. So the Grimnia is a dwarven psyker, which, fine, Warhammer 40k dwarves can do magic. I have no problem with that. The Grimnia comes with 2 flying drones who have like heavy bolters. I guess it's fine again. They are like a technical race, so they're like highly advanced, so I guess them having like floating robots on their characters, even though it's a psyker, is totally fine. I think he will do something like Cyberthurgy in Heresy, where he does like spells that affect vehicles and dreadnoughts and maybe like mechanical stuff. That's what I guess. I have no idea actually. So yeah, I think Grimnia is pretty good. I mean, this looks like a dwarven wizard. This is the first very stylized unit I like. This screams space dwarfs to me and not small space people. This I like a lot, even though dwarves usually do not cast magic in fantasy settings. At least I'm not that like well versed in fantasy settings. But I think like this looks like, okay, this is a space dwarf magician, and I like it a lot. And then we have the Cathodian Berserk mole launcher. And here I'm asking myself, okay, it's cool the mole launcher was in Warhammer 40k. The lady carrying it is very much strong enough. She looks very muscular. She has a robot friend who's carrying her axe and the munitions for the mole launcher, which is no problem. But why does a melee infantry unit, melee heavy infantry or melee medium infantry, I guess, unit have a long range barrage type weapon? Well, not barrage, because it probably digs under the ground and attacks from the ground, right? But I don't particularly know why they gave the mole launcher to the Cathodian Berserks, but it doesn't make any sense to me. So if you have an artillery weapon or grenade launcher, that's a ranged thing, why do you put it into a squad that wants to beat someone up with hammers and axes? Well, it doesn't make much sense, but the model is cool. I really like the model. It's an awesome model, definitely. So yeah, then we have the Leagues of Votann army box set, which is like cool. You get 2 HQs, the Outrider bike thingies, the Kin Warriors, which are awesome. I like them. Like, they look cool. There's nothing wrong with the Leagues of Votann and the design. They are looking nice. I think my personal problem with them, or the gripe I have with them, it's not like going as far as being a problem. It's more like there's something missing, and that's the definite dwarven styling. Like, the kin warriors are cool, but other than them being small, you would never guess that they are dwarven, right? With the Cathodian Berserks, it's a bit different because, you know, Fire Slayers from Warhammer Fantasy, the Cathodian Berserks and the Grimnia are completely fine. They give you a dwarven aesthetic or a Warhammer dwarf aesthetic, and I really like that. But everything else just looks very, very generic sci-fi. And that is no problem, don't get me wrong, don't get angry, but I would like the kin warriors to maybe have a little more like runes and stuff on their armor, like the champions have, the HQs. It's like, it's an awesome designed army, but it's too generic for me. I mean, would I do an army of them? I don't know. I can't tell. I will probably pass on them because they're like not what I'm looking for in Warhammer 40k. If I want to have plain infantry in Warhammer, then I'm definitely playing Horus Heresy, and I have like stylized specialists, and this is the vibe the Leagues of Votann are giving me. Probably this was all planned to be like that because they are supposed to be the generic human sci-fi faction, something I've always asked for. I don't think they really missed that far. I think they missed a bit, and that's kind of sad. But yeah, everything else, like the Mars rover and the Mars rover and bigger, it's overall a nice army, nice models, but they are missing a bit of the styling that I want to have in a Warhammer 40k army, if you catch my drift. But other than that, like from the visuals, they look fine. So that has been my Warhammer 40k video. Yeah, I know, crazy. Thank you all for listening. Have a good one. Stay healthy. Keep the Votann land train rolling, and bye bye.